So I just installed Windows 11. Let's see how the new start menu looks like. So hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I am on Windows 11 and this is my first impressions of Windows 11. So firstly, we have a new start menu. As you can see, most of you all know this. There's also a really nice animation when hitting the start button. It's really nice. So the start menu has pinned apps on the top, and the bottom you get recommended apps. So these can be apps which you installed or files which you have accessed. You can just quickly click on it and it will open it up, and you can view them. Then if you click on all apps, you can have your app list with all of your apps installed, and that feature where when you click on the letter A and it zooms out into like this alphabet, like a letter view, it's still there. So you can quickly go to a certain application. In the pinned apps, you can have many rows of apps you want. You can pin them, unpin them. You can do basic tasks like running them as administrator, opening file locations, blah blah blah. Those type of stuff. And if you look at the bottom of the start menu, you can see your username over here, and then the power button, and over here where I have added this, you can add some quick access icons like quick access tools. So I have added the personal folder, my downloads folder, and my documents folder to the bottom, so that's quick and easy access. Then on top here you can see we got a search bar, and if I click on it, you go to Windows search with another nice animation. So yeah, in Windows search, it works just like Windows 10. The search bar is just on top right now. So let's say I search for the web, like the weather. Currently you can see that Bing is finally in dark mode now. So let's say I search for like Steve Jobs. You can see that everything which comes in Bing search menu is now in dark mode, and it respects your system theme, which is really nice. Yeah, that's the only thing which has gotten new in search. There's nothing else which is new or improved. The search is improved, and you can see around the corners in these menus. But I remember the video I posted on beauty search where you can make Windows 10 search bar look more modern. Well, yeah, it's like the Windows 11 search menu. So yeah, things are just mostly with rounded corners and some new animations, but yeah, that's it. It's very similar to the Windows 10 search menu. Now right next to that you can see the new task view button. So I've got OBS currently. You can switch between desktops, and I really like this blurred glassy look, like this blurred glass, like some type of frosted glass like look. It's really nice. And below that you got desktop 1 and desktop 2, and you can move between them at once. And now I'm in desktop 2, and I can go back to desktop 1. And one thing is also you can change the background of this. You can choose the background and you can rename it. You can do those type of basic stuff, and that's basically task view. Then you get this button. This is the widgets button. This is completely new. When you click on it, a whole new pane will pop up on the left with widgets. So you got your weather and stuff which you can customize and put. So I have got these widgets with the Premier League, some esports going on. You can click add widgets, and you can add some other widgets which you want to put. So for example, the entertainment widget, and then I get that widget in the bottom. I can rearrange this anywhere I want. I can adjust the size in some widgets, and I can remove it completely if I don't want it. And yeah, then you get Microsoft News in the bottom. That's basically it. One thing which I don't like is let's say if you want to search for Windows 11, it just opens it up in Edge instead of opening it up in a mini view in the left side. It depends on personal preference really, but yeah, that's one thing. And right next to that you have the chat button. So meet and chat with friends and family. It's a Microsoft Teams. It's like a mini app version of Microsoft Teams where you can talk chat and make meetings quickly. But unfortunately, I have a school account, so people with school and work accounts cannot use this feature, which I don't know why. Microsoft, you have to fix this, please. Please, Microsoft, fix this and allow students and people with work accounts and student accounts to use this feature, because this is actually a good feature which you implemented. So please change that. And yeah, then you get your apps right after that. So you have Edge, which I'll talk about soon because that has gone through a severe UI change. Let's start with File Explorer actually, because this is interesting. So as you can see, File Explorer is different. Well, some people hate this. Well, you can see that the ribbon is completely gone. You have this minimalistic super flat looking ribbon here, and you can change. So here you have the new button. So let's just say I go into documents, you can click on new over here. Okay, it's whoops, there's a glitch. Yeah, so as you can see, there are some bugs, and I might have to restart this application. There we go. That's the problem with even downloading like the final build. There are still some bugs, so hopefully it works now. Oh, come on, for God's sake. Okay, I think I might have broken File Explorer. I think I had to restart the whole File Explorer process, but that might end the recording. Yeah, let's just
Oh no! Anyway.
Okay, yeah, so I have broken File Explorer for some reason. I don't know why, but nothing's working. Can't press any buttons even. But let's just talk about the overall look. So you got the new Mika effect on the ribbon, on the new minimalistic style ribbon. There is no acrylic type of effect. So for example, let's say I'm going to open up the Microsoft Store here, and if I put File Explorer in the bottom, on top of it, you can see it's still blue and it's reflecting the color of the desktop. So yeah, you got that new effect, and you can see that these icons are a bit spaced out than the Windows 10 version. So how you fix that is by going to View and then changing it to compact mode. I would love to demonstrate that now, but for some reason it's not working today, which is really bad. But yeah, now the right click menus have also changed, so they're more modern looking, and you can create a new folder from here obviously. And yeah, so the menus are acrylic. So let's say I go to my downloads folder here, and if I right click on this, you can see that it's acrylic and it's reflecting the colors of my thumbnails in the downloads folder. So these menus have gotten more, I don't know, straightforward, and they have also been downgraded in some ways, because now as you can see I have WinRAR and I want to compress it. I can't. There's only compressed to a normal zip file and copy path. So if I want to compress it as a WinRAR, I have to click show more options or shift plus F10, and that will open up the legacy menu where I can extract files in WinRAR. So that's a major disappointment, but I can handle it. Then you have copy, rename, share, delete, cut in the bottom. Here you can move it to OneDrive. You have properties over here, and it's still the old legacy menu in properties. They have some stuff to change. I mean, it's a bit inconsistent, unlike operating systems like macOS or even Chromebooks. Chrome OS is really good now. One thing I do like about this menu is when you right click a certain type of file, you actually do get the respective application on top. So when you press enter, it's going to open that. That's a nice feature. You can instantly copy it, blah blah blah. That's the basic stuff which has been improved in File Explorer. I wish I could show. Oh wait, I think, okay, wait, so the 3 dots are the only ones which are working right now. So as you can see, you can burn to disk, pin to quick access, invert selection, properties, options, all of those basic stuff. So that is File Explorer. Now I'm gonna release a new video in the future. So I know people wish they could use the ribbon instead of this menu. Some people do like the ribbon. I found a way accidentally how to do this, but it's not the most convenient, but I will still upload that video soon in the future. Yeah, I will upload that video soon in the future, and you guys can watch that and see and watch that video if you hate this type of ribbon. Yeah, that's the only new thing in File Explorer. Plus you get some updated icons. But one thing I do hate in File Explorer is this. Okay, so let's say I go into my YouTube folder. How can I see which folder has got files in it? Now let's say, for example, I got finished projects, and I changed the view, so let's just put large icons. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just gonna create a new folder right here. I'm just gonna call it trash for now. Okay, so how can I see at once which folder is filled with files and which folder is not filled? I mean, previously you had like live previews which you could actually see what was inside a folder. Now you get this stupid white speck on the top, and most of the time you cannot even see this. So it's really hard to distinguish which file has got files in it and which file does not have any applications or stuff in it. It's really hard to see that. That's one thing I really hate about the new icons. Yeah, but that's it for File Explorer. Now moving on to Microsoft Edge. This has got severe change. So the first thing you'll see is that the Mica effect is applied on this top bar where the tabs should be. Sorry guys, I have a problem with my mouse, so it's really hard for me to control windows. Yeah, so you can see the Mica effect on the top bar, and as you can see, if I right click this menu, you can see that the menu is also acrylic, so that's consistent. Like there's some consistency to Windows in that. If I click on this menu, it is also acrylic. But if I click on my downloads folder, it's not acrylic. So Microsoft, you should really update this type of stuff. It's not consistent like 100%, it's like 70% type of thing. And you can also get these new minimal scroll bars. So let's say I search for Microsoft over here. You can see that there's a new scroll bar which looks minimalistic and very nice. You can get this on Windows 10 as well. I'll show you how to do it right now. So now let's think you upgraded to Windows 11 and you open Edge to find all these features, but probably it will not be there and you will get treated the old Windows 10 Microsoft Edge. But this is how you can enable all of these fancy Windows 11 effects. Just type in Edge, put in the 2 dots and put in flags, then press enter, and then just search for Windows 11, and then you can see enable Windows 11 visual updates. Make sure that's enabled and restart the application. In Windows 10, if you enable this, you will not get the latest visual updates. If you enable this on Windows 11, you will get the visual updates such as acrylic menus and new icons on the toolbar. But what Windows 10 users and Windows 11 users can get is this. So just type in Windows Style Overlay Scroll Bars, and as you can see here, see if there is a setting called Windows Style Overlay Scroll Bar and click on Enable, and that way users on Windows 10 and 11 will get this minimalistic scroll bar. Oh yeah, so that's basically it for Microsoft Edge. It's got some new menus, some new acrylic stuff. It's really nice, but it does need some more polish to make it like a proper, like to use it daily, because it also crashes sometimes, which is not the best thing. So it's a good improvement, but it's not as polished as I would have hoped it would be. So the next step is undoubtedly the Microsoft Store. This app has gone like the most biggest change. So it's been completely rewritten, and as you can see in the home page, you can see there are some new animations when going through these apps, I mean like these sectors. So let's say I find an app which I like Adobe Acrobat Reader. If I click on it, you can see animation bringing it from the right to the left, like a smooth animation. And you get your screenshots and your descriptions, ratings and reviews, and the install button on the left. I really like this layout. It's amazing, and I love the animations in the Microsoft Store. Microsoft, you did a really good job on this. As you can see, everything is smooth, everything smooth flowing, and you get new applications. Plus, this is the good thing. Can you guys see this code over here? Windows now accepts Win32 apps, which means that apps like let's say OBS is now available on the Microsoft Store, or let's say Power Toys. Yeah, what about Power Toys? Search on for Power Toys, and Power Toys, there we go. Yeah, Microsoft Power Toys, there you go. Let's say you want to search for Zoom, and yeah, Zoom meetings is also now in the Microsoft Store. But on top of that, they also have applications which use WebKit. So if I type in Reddit, you can see that I do have, oh wait, I don't think Reddit has come yet. Has it come? Yeah, so if I type in Reddit, there you go, I get Reddit. And as you can see, Reddit is in the Microsoft Store for free. You can download it. It's just a really nice addition. And as you can see, it's not a complete app. It is a, what do you call it? It's a WebKit app. So it's basically running on the web, but it's separated like an app. In case you're the person who likes to keep Reddit in your start menu instead of searching it on Google. Yeah, so you get Win32 apps, UWP apps as usual, some WebKit apps, and some other apps I cannot remember, but I will list them in the description where you can read from the official Microsoft blog, and I'll see if I can put it on the screen. Also guys, Windows Store accepts other third-party stores. So if I type in Epic Games, boom, the Epic Game Store is right here. This is a huge deal. I mean, for gamers, this is like a really good feature. You get the Epic Game Store right here, and the reviews are even great. You get 5-star reviews. It's really nice. Microsoft, you really did a great job with this new Microsoft Store. So that's like a thumbs up for the Microsoft Store. It's beautiful, it has new animations. That's a thumbs up for me. I love this application. So the next application which has been changed is settings menu. So as you can see, it's got like lots of changes in it, and you can see stuff like the display, the sound, notifications, focus assist, power battery, blah blah blah. I'll go over these in my review. This is just like my first impressions. So yeah, you get personalization has changed, so you can switch between light mode or dark mode. Windows updates, so a new UI, theoretically beautiful looking. I love it, but I really do miss the use of acrylic. I don't like the new Mica effect that much. I much prefer acrylic. Well, over acrylic I do prefer Windows Aero. I do prefer Windows Aero over acrylic, but that's already dead, so there's no purpose in that. Yeah, so apps also have got rounded corners. Like every single app has rounded corners. So if I open up Samsung Magician, you can see that the app has got rounded. Wait, what? It's got square corners. Okay, it's glitching again. Yeah, so as you can see, Windows is full of glitches. Like really full of glitches. So that brings me on to my next point. Glitches, bugs, there are tons of them here. So this is the most major. I'm going to start with the most major bug. So me and my friend both have this problem. So now as you can see, I am plugged in and charging. If I were to unplug my device, performance would chug a lot. Now I know, I'm pretty sure a majority of people know this. If you use Windows 10 plugged in, it's going to have more performance than if you use Windows 10 without being plugged in. When you plug in a Windows laptop, you get more performance. When you unplug it, you don't get that much performance. That's been true since the day Windows 10 launched. Now I'm pretty sure that's the same with Windows 11. But even when I was unplugged on Windows 10, the operating system was very smooth, fluid, everything worked. But if I unplug my device like right now, I don't know if you can see it from the screen recording, but Windows like chugs a lot. Did you see how long it took for the start menu to come from there, from the bottom? When you do it the second time, it's okay, but it chugs like sometime, like after a few minutes, it goes back to like choppy performance. And the loading of app time is also sometimes very slow. As you can see, it's very slow now. Earlier it just loaded up in a snap, but now it takes 2 to 3 seconds to load up. That's one major issue. Like that's a really huge issue. Microsoft should really work to fix this. I think this only affects people who have downloaded Windows 11 on laptops. I'm not sure if it affects people on desktops. But hey, if one of you guys are on desktops and it does affect you, then let me know in the comments below.
I am inevitable.
Yeah, that's the first major issue. The second major issue is, well, I don't have this problem, but my friend does have it. So when you click, like when you hover over the battery icon or the Wi-Fi or the speak icon, so these small flyouts which you can see, like battery status, they appear or like on the left side of the screen or maybe on the top of the screen. Like they change their position a lot. That's one problem he has. Another problem which I had basically is after installing like after upgrading to Windows 11, when I plugged in my mic and when I unplugged it, when I plugged in my mic, sorry, it did not recognize it and it said my microphone was broken. So I had to unplug it, restart the machine, plug it in, and then it finally recognized that I had a headphone plugged in, and it worked finally. So that's one thing you should watch out for. If it says that your microphone is broken or your earphone is not working, just restart Windows 11 and the issue will probably be fixed. The other issues I have, like the bugs, is obviously you guys saw File Explorer crashing, and there are some reliability issues when using search. Sometimes it doesn't, search for stuff when I type in something. And the other thing is, this has been a bug since Windows 10, I think. So as you can see, my mouse is in the middle of the screen. I'm going to open the search box, and as you can see, there's nothing happened. It's perfectly there. But if you open, like if you do something else, like say open up OBS, then close OBS, maybe go to settings or something, minimize those windows. Now if you bring your mouse down, wait a few seconds, press the windows and start searching. Okay, one other problem I have with Windows 11 is, well, theoretically it's with Windows 10 as well, is desktop window manager dwm.exe taking up like tons of memory. So as you can see, it's already taking up 258 megabytes. Once it took me 6 gigabytes of RAM when doing nothing. It's impossible. I mean, I don't know why it was happening until I read this blog post, and I posted in the community in Microsoft, and I found another blog in Intel where they said that it's a problem with the latest Intel drivers, and the only way to fix it is by going back to a 2019 driver, or Microsoft and Intel should fix it, and they haven't. So they should really work on this, because that's a pain in the butt trying to like I was doing some work in the middle of a lecture, and I had to present a presentation. And when it was my turn, I had got PowerPoint, Google Documents, 3 more writing apps. Well, not writing apps, sorry. Zoom and 2 more presentation apps open in the background with some notes in it. So and then suddenly like that was taking up like 1 GB of storage for like 1 GB of RAM for like 6 heavy apps actually in the background. And then suddenly I saw some chuggy performance, and I opened up Task Manager, and I saw that 5 apps were taking adding up to 1 GB of RAM. That's normal. But then I saw Desktop Window Manager taking up 4 gigs of memory at that time, and I had 12 gigs of RAM. And that was at the limit of like 98%. And then Windows crashed, and luckily there was no blue screen of death, but Windows crashed after that, and I had to restart it, and my presentation was over, and I got 0 marks for that. So that's not good. That's really not good. Windows needs to fix that problem. Microsoft needs to fix that problem. Intel needs to fix that problem, because that's really bad. But if you guys are on AMD processors, then thank God you guys are safe. It looks like I spoke too soon, because I just saw an article about Windows 11 taking up so much performance in AMD processors. So yeah, people with Intel have to deal with RAM leaks, and people in AMD have to deal with CPU problems. But at least AMD and Microsoft are working on a fix for it, unlike Microsoft and Intel working on a fix for Desktop Window Manager. So if you look at the desktop, you can see a few other changes like new context menus. So you can view icons, you can sort them, refresh, undo, delete, new, display settings, personalize. Also, terminal is now the default application instead of command prompt. Terminal is now the default, and it's going to replace command prompt PowerShell in the future. And also the Windows plus X menu has also completely changed now. You get this acrylic menu over here, which is really nice. One thing which has been downgraded is you cannot change the position of your taskbar to the right, to the left, or to the top. It's stuck in the bottom, and you can't access Task Manager while right-clicking the taskbar. There's only taskbar settings. You can only access it by pressing Windows plus X and then going to Task Manager. So that's kind of a bummer, but yeah. So that's my first impressions for Windows 11. Oh wait, I completely forgot one app, the Paint application. It's been completely changed, and as you can see, it's beautiful now. You get this new UI. You can paint, but I don't usually do these drawings and stuff, but yeah, you can paint stuff. You can erase them. It's mostly paint with a new UI, except for this thing. So if I click on the color picker, I get this super old UI. Microsoft needs to change that. But yeah, that's it for Paint. One last app I want to talk about is the clock app. So it's got this new feature called Focus Assist. So I can put in my to-do like tasks and my Spotify playlist here, and I can put a 30-minute work time with some breaks, and I can click start focus session and make like a session where I can listen to music and do work, and then have a break and do work again. It's kind of like a nice idea in theory. I still have to test it out. I will explain these more thoroughly in my final review of Windows 11. This is just my my first impressions. So yeah, that's it. Also, we have got new flyouts for the notifications, and some new flyouts for the what do you call the quick access buttons or something. So you dial up, so you get your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, airplane mode, brightness slider, volume slider, and you can add some other stuff into this. Yeah, so that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll make another video with the final review of this coming in maybe a few weeks. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.